what's up, guys? It's your girl Liz and Marvin from Open Conversation, and we're on our way to Jolie. Say it,
Jolie.
In his African accent. We're about to do our Women's Circle show. We're going to be discussing 4 really great topics with some really outstanding, great women. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm hyped. You hyped?
Absolutely.
I'm ready to do this. It's going to be some stuff. We're going to talk about love and relationships, domestic violence. Don't say it again, Marvin. Look, work it out. Did you see a psychiatrist today?
Nope.
So y'all know what we'll be in store for, right? All right, let's go.
Let's have it.
Here we are, back together again. It's time to talk about the issues at hand. You say what you say, just say what you feel. It's Sadior, and we're gonna keep it real. It's an open conversation. It's an open conversation.
Hi, my name's Yvonne Lambeth. I'm from Sicklerville, New Jersey. I work at Pico Energy.
That's what took you so long? You was in Pico?
No, I actually work a part-time job at the Link. So
Oh, you were at the Pico. All right, we were talking about, right before we went to break,
My
we were talking
question
about,
was, why is it, because this is a hot topic and inquiring minds want to
and
know,
we're going to keep it up going.
why is it that women hate on other women, or we can't make friends with other women, or we have issues with other women? However you want to put it.
And I'm going to flip it to you, Tammy, because you're in the perfect spot to explain this. We are in a hair salon, and I know a lot of your workers come in and come out, and it's a predominantly women's business. How does that flow in the hair business?
Well, I can break it down into 3 pieces.
Okay, we're going to make it 2.
Okay, you start out in school. You all learning.
Right,
People learn at different speeds.
right.
Some from watching, some from hearing,
Mhm.
some from demonstration.
Right,
I'm a teacher.
right.
You get in a salon setting, people making money.
Mhm.
You the new person on the block.
Mhm. Mhm.
So you the new, let's see what you working
Right,
with.
right.
This is these days.
Mhm.
When I started, it was, if you can't do it, somebody get over there and help her.
Right.
That's how I was raised up.
Right.
Now, it's, she about to tear her hair up. My pain strings up in here.
Mhm.
She's not about to tear nothing up.
Right.
Let her do her thing. She has a license.
Mhm.
Then you have, like I said earlier, and I'm not going to spend a minute on it,
Mhm.
the clothing. It's things I will not wear to work.
Right.
Where am I wearing them? I
Right.
got a husband at home.
Right.
I ain't partying every day.
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong. I go to the Jamaican club.
Mhm.
When she going to church,
Mhm.
I'm coming from up the Jamaican club. So, we different, but we the same. We
But
do-
see, this is what my thought is. The hair business is one of those places where women. I know a few of your ex-employees. I just left one.
Okay.
I just left Ty.
Okay.
So, right, because I was across the street at Cussing Company. Shout out to all my Cussing Company ladies. Freesha and all of them. We down there chic and sassy now. But
Okay.
I know and it was always just this business since I was a little kid. I've been a shop person since a little kid. Women just can't seem to just get along in shops. No matter what shop, when you sit in
Not
that
just
chair,
shops,
right?
no.
Just a lot of places. So I'm just saying, in the workforce, how do you deal with just that?
I appreciate that question.
I appreciate the answer.
I've been here for 6 years.
Silly.
I haven't been here long. I've been here for 6 years. It's gonna be a
Go
little bit. We have appreciation day
That's
for
good.
our customers. We put out our food. Who don't drink?
What day is that? I'm coming.
This
Where they food?
I'm at this year. I'm talking from last year.
Oh, okay. 'Cause you ain't
So I
getting
haven't
shit.
been here, been going that long.
Okay.
Sadior came to me straight from school.
Yep.
My manager fired her.
Yep.
She came back the next day.
Okay.
My heart said, I'm not putting her out no more.
That's what real women do.
So
And let me tell you how I have a person here. This place was so warm, you could bring your grandchild up to your grandfather. It's no cussing. Not because I have to tell you, you grown.
Right.
You should know better. We professionals. And that's what's going to set us apart from the next shop.
So it's the
That's-
professionalism
and
that keeps
not
it, the
even-
nonsense.
It's not
To a
even
minimum.
so much. Yes, it is the professionalism, and it's also how you treat people. You got a license. I have a license, and somebody can come to me and say, such and such and such. You know what you just did at home. You know it, because you in the field. I know how to work with you.
okay, so
Another person gonna say, oh, my time.
No, go.
Another person will say, oh no, you can't get that. Now you can say that without the whole shop hearing it.
Right.
And not only that, you can say that with saying, look here, sister, brother, other. If you give me the opportunity to take some time with you,
Right.
I promise you, your hair is going to grow back.
Okay,
So
you talking about
let's
bald head. Go ahead, Liz. I'm listening.
Leah, and then I'll go to you.
You gonna throw it to Liz?
My point's pretty brief, but I think that some of the things that you're saying are really like applicable to a lot of different situations. Like yes, the hair salon, but I see it
Everywhere. We
Right,
just
I
said
see
everywhere.
it. See it everywhere. But I'm thinking, what are we doing to either like mentor or prepare like the next generation of women? Like, are we educating
That's right.
our
That's right.
girls like from
This
a
is
younger
what we do.
age?
This is
right.
it. Right
Do
here.
they have these conversations and do they know how to behave? Like, how are we showing
See, this
them
is
the
the
way?
reason
It's
for
the
this show.
empowerment,
This
right?
is the
Right.
empowerment. You are sitting
Right.
here with a panel of professional women in their own race. Some God-fearing, some deities worship, whatever we hear. But this is where it starts from. We need them to see that as women of different backgrounds, we can get together.
Yeah.
Really, it starts from home. I have 3 girls that I raised. Every one of them, I raised them not to be jealous, not to be gossiping, and that's the way they are now. They are grown, and there's no reason. The word for hating on each other really is jealousy. Jealousy is a evil thing, and there's no reason for nobody to be jealous about nobody. It's too much hair going on, too much pretty clothes, too much of everything. There's no reason to be jealous.
But why do you think that is? Like, I don't care who, Beyonce, Jennifer, all of them could walk up in here. I'm still gonna think I'm the baddest thing up in this piece. I promise you that.
It's a
And
mindset
everybody
thing.
that knows me knows that about me. I don't have to have one to design. I don't need all of that. That's
Absolutely.
not who defines me.
That's it.
as
Don't
a
right.
person.
You don't define them clothes.
I don't.
I define them clothes.
Shannon's a pretty woman. Like we click. Dimitri's like. I don't want to be around a bunch of busted girls anyway. So, I want my friends to be
No, I
down
think
piecing
I
just
wanna
like
be
him.
like-
You do. You want to be around some busted girls.
Because then all
Women
the
do
shine.
that.
You get all the shine. You get all the shine.
Exactly.
And I
That's
believe
what
it's a
women
lot of
do.
self-esteem.
So when they come out the street, they be like,
self-esteem
"Dang,
going
man."
on.
It's the
Yeah,
body
it's a low
image.
self-esteem thing because you can look just as good as your friend and you can do just as good as your friend or even better. You don't even have to sit there with that hate disease or whatever you want to call it.
But we don't believe enough in ourselves, and that's the
Absolutely.
problem.
Right.
If you believe enough in yourself, then you don't have to hate on the next
Yeah, you
person
don't even
because
think about it.
you know if it's not my time right now, my time is coming.
Sure
So
enough.
you keep doing your skills
Keep doing
and
you.
sharpening what you need to do, and when your time comes, you'll be okay. And that's one of the things we don't do. With the kids coming up today, we have to take out time. You know, it doesn't have to be your child. But if you see a young lady and you see that she might be going wrong, then you need to pull her to the side and just spend time, just saying different things, dropping seeds. And you might not see that it's actually taking effect, but when you turn around years later, it might have to be, you'll see that what you said actually planted something and they've listened to you. You know, so it's all about how you feel about yourself and taking it out to giving it to somebody else.
Can I? Oh, go ahead.
We go.
It's all about
I just wanted to say it's a lot of perpetuation of genocide that continue. It's a continuum of what we see in the media, what we see in some households where children are raising children, where
Yes.
there are 16-year-olds raising babies when they haven't even had a chance to play with dolls and things like that. When you're talking about mentoring, which I do a lot through my bike club, you're talking about giving back to the community, but what are you actually giving back? If you're out there in the club every weekend, if you're not home to feed your children, if you're not teaching them the ways of the Bible or whomever you pray to, if you're not doing the things that are going to bring their self-esteem, their self-awareness up in this community, then what are you actually doing? All you're doing is perpetuating a genocide that is going to put people outside who are going to not be aware of whom they are, where they came from, their ancestry, or any of those things that go along with making a productive citizen. I talk to my girls. I have a 27-year-old. I'm almost 50 years old. I have a 27-year-old and I have a 21-year-old who's going in her last year of college. And she goes to school in South Carolina where mores are very different than they are in the north. Down south, you say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, and things like that. When she called me her first year of school in her freshman year, and the first thing she said was yes, ma'am, and I was chastising her about something she didn't do. Instead of doing, she listened to what I had taught her, and instead of going word for word with me like I imagined she would now that she was grown in her mind, she actually said, yes, ma'am, Mom, you're right. That taught me right there that it doesn't mean that they don't listen to you when you're actually telling them what to do and what not to do, even though they may give you back and forth. They listen if you teach them the right ways, because when they go out in society by themselves, they practice what you
it
preach.
starts at home.
So,
Exactly.
What I was going to say was I teach modeling on the weekends, and then I put on a show for the children. Okay. I have these children. I know I'm not going to make a long story. You know, the children comes. And some of them just have very low self-esteem. They don't know what to do. I have about maybe 20, sometimes 30 children, okay? And what I teach them is, like, we are a team. We grow together. I have rules, regulations, okay? We don't talk about each other because nobody's better than the other person. If it's the problem, let's talk about it, let's get it together, let's help each other. If you like that person, how she's modeling, hey, help her out, teach her. You know, I have them, go teach her how to do this, go teach her. And it really works. It really works. These girls and young fellas, right? It'd be really beautiful once the show begins, you know, and we put on the show. It's just absolutely wonderful because I see from where I taught them, because I teach them for about 3 months, where I teach them as, you know how you start a flower. You plant the seed, then you water it, and you watch it grow, and then it grows into a beautiful flower. This is with my children. This is how they become. And the day of the show, their parents is just so, the children are just so beautiful. And to see that and what I do for them, you know, made me want to do it even more and more. So now I'm just constantly doing it because it changed their whole attitude. The ones who had low self-esteem, you should see their self-esteem now. It's much higher, you know, teaching them how to put on the proper undergarment under their clothes so nothing won't shake and jiggle, because we have little kids, you know, that's all out of place and stuff, and I'd be like, I don't want to see you shaking and jiggling. Parents, get them this. Put it in place. You see what I'm saying? Let them wear it all the time. It's so different. So when they come to you like that, and even the parents change. You see what I'm saying? Because whereas though they didn't, now they do. Okay? And that's what I do for them, and I love it, and it just does something for them.
But you're not just talking about it, you're being about it. And
Exactly.
that's one thing, you know, we can say, hear what I say, but we also have to be an example and show them something.
Exactly.
You know, you can't say one thing and then you go out in the street and they see what you do, they're going to model your behavior and do what you do.
Exactly.
You know, so you don't have to be a Christian woman. However, if you train up a child in the way that they should go, you know, and they will come back the way you send them out. And sometimes we think our kids aren't listening and they go out and they do all kinds of stuff they're not supposed to do. But it's always something in the back of their mind gnawing at them, you know, and eventually in God's own time, they come back, you know, but we got to show them something.
That's true.
I mean, good point, you know, and to sum it up, and then we're going to go to a commercial, you know, like, it starts with teaching them young, you know, especially young ladies, that you don't need to hate on another woman. Be proud of who you are and building up that self-esteem. But we're going to take a break, go to a commercial. When we come back, we're going to start talking about some other stuff.
Hi, I'm Marvin Lane with Remax Affiliates Northeast Philly. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, I would love to be the man to represent you. We have programs that are suited for each and every one of your needs. If you're a previous homeowner or a first-time home buyer. So remember, one call does it all. You can reach me at 267-546-8888 or look me up on the web at www.marvinlane.com, where you can search for a home, find out how much the house will cost you, and a few other things. You can take advantage of our mortgage calculator, which will help and assist you at figuring out your mortgage payment as well. Just remember, one call does it all. That's Marvin, the fast lane to home ownership. 267-546-8888. I look forward to hearing from you soon.
Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Kenny Nelson, aka Kenny Spoon. Yeah, I'm still doing that music thing. But when I'm not doing music, I tune into Sadior's Open Conversation. That's right, www.sadior.com. www.sadior.com. Yeah, there's something there for everybody, and everybody can participate. It's worldwide, inquisitive, funny, and full of love for everyone. So check it out. www.sadior.com. All right. Peace.
With all these beautiful ladies in here and powerful, strong, empowering ladies. Now, we're going to kind of switch the things up. We're going to...
Well, if a couple of them had... Yeah, if we're going to stay with us, get back into that. Yeah.
We're going to stay because
so we're going to get the ladies what they want and we're going to talk about
give them what they want. Just whatever you want to talk about, just feel free to just hop on in.
So we were talking about women and why we can't form relationships with other women. Most women can't.
Right. Why there's
because I don't have that issue. Miss Denise.
I believe it's a mindset type of thing, and then you got women on different levels, and mentally, and different things that they're doing in their life, and then when different women get together, all the fake people start. You can see the fake ones just start hating on each other. I think it's really like a mindset type of thing.
Crabs in the barrel.
Yeah,
Hey.
because half of them don't even know why they even hate on people. They just do it because it's something to do.
Let me ask you. You said you do a mentoring program.
I do.
And part of we want to give back to the community. So if there's any way, can you explain the program? And if there's anybody that wants to be a part of it, tell them how they get to you.
The name of my organization is CNC Divas. We ride sports bikes. Been doing it for about 9 years.
Like when you say ride, you mean
Crash
ride.
rides.
Okay,
We ride.
okay. See, because look, our audience don't know. Some people, our audience don't know. We got to educate around.
And she ride with stilettos, but I'm just
Okay.
saying. I divert.
Go where you want.
I am
You
the
messing up
president-
Tope.
That's all right. I am the president and founder for 9 years, and I believe that the bottom of our organization, or the foundation of our organization, is mentoring women and children who have been abused. But our platform is about educating younger women. I'm not sure what everybody's background is. My parents weren't together by the time I was 6 years old. My father was very abusive to my mom. Came up in a society where it wasn't good to be seen. I'm sorry, to be heard, but to be seen. So like I'm going back almost 50 years. A lot different time than it is today. But even not being heard, but being seen, my mother decided to change that entire stigma around that when she got out of my grandmother's home. She believed in an open conversation. She wanted to hear what the platform was that her girls that she was raising and mentoring were going to be and put out into society. I've done the same thing with my children. When I started at PICO, we are in something called an Explorers Post program where we mentor college students. So I figured that was a good idea to go in, figure out, where I wanted to be. And I realized that a lot of the kids that were coming out of the schools in Philadelphia weren't coming out with any type of self-esteem, any resume building, nothing. They had nothing because their parents didn't know where to get the information from. So what I did is, in our organization, we decided to start just pretty much getting people from different schools that the rest of my divas were a part of. So if you lived in North Philly and the school you dealt with was Gratz, then that's who we were pulling out. If you lived in the Northeast and one of the schools you dealt with was Northeast High, we pulled somebody out of there. And every year we pick a different organization to kind of champion what we're trying to do. Today we were out at the public library, Philadelphia, giving out sandwiches. All of our probies were out there right with us, seeing that it's not a foundation if you don't give back.
Right.
Even if you're learning how to do it the right way, you have to learn what you're learning to give it back to someone else. And that's what we do.
So I'll flip it to you, Tammy, and ask the question: what type of employees do you look to bring into your organization? Do you mentor some of the young girls? Because I see that in the shop we're in, they had that old flavor. You might know Fussy. Fussy got that Vanetta. Has that same spirit too, where she teach the younger stylists that are coming in how certain colors. Some people teach hair. Some people just teach a hairstyle. So what type of people do you look to come into your business, and do you mentor to them?
When I opened up this place, I was working for the IRS for a number of years.
Wow.
Until my son got grown. Benefits. We do things that we had to do. When I put my money into this place, I didn't have I had a following of customers. I didn't have a following of stylists. And I did not want to have barbers because of where I was, where it was anything goes. But once I got here and I laid it all on faith, I do my thing. That don't mean I'm not faithful.
Right.
I'm just not where somebody else might be right
now. Okay.
So I open my doors. The young people come in. So when you mentioned to me Tyra, that was the perfect person. Because like I said, I'm not going to repeat it. This girl could not blow dry hair. That don't mean she wasn't no good.
That's right.
Because her heart
Was in it.
was sweet as it could be.
Yes, it is. She's a very nice young lady.
And once I got to know her and her surroundings, I don't know where she got it from. Because she had nobody to teach her. So that made it even stronger, yet respectful, wanting to learn. She even laughed. She said, "Oh, I was fighting for real." I couldn't let her back out.
Right.
My problem in business, everybody in here, we've been here today, I met y'all today. I'm going to talk to each and every one of y'all for whatever weakness I have. I have the weakness of throwing people out on the street. If you have a problem, we can work it out. I don't take disrespect from anybody.
Okay. So that's what keeps most people in your shop. So as
Yes.
long as you come with a pleasant attitude, you got any empty stations going on right now? Everybody look for a job. As long as you ain't got no nasty attitude, you finna get a job.
Disrespectful.
Down here. What you was getting ready to say?
I wanted to say that a lot of people, like, there's some new organizations in Philly, and what I don't like about them is they assume that because you're not in there, well, I'm in some of the circles, but they don't know me. But I've been working with youth since 1994. And so I always say, y'all need to catch up to what I've been doing. I paid for children to get their hair done. I brought them home with me, showed them what a Thanksgiving dinner was. I bought presents. I've done a lot. So much so until I'm still in contact with most of them on my Facebook page. They have grown women. They have children. They went to college. These women, I always look and say, I helped raise them. And I was only like 9 or 10 years older than some of the girls. But they called me the oldest, but the youngest. Because I told them how to wear their hair when they bought a formal gown. I told them that if we're going to go down South Street, I don't need to see through your shirt. I mean, these are things I told them as in my 20s. Because I wanted them to grow up to be young women. I told them what to do with their sanitary pads and their things
Told
like
them to wear
that.
black underwear under
No,
white.
I told them where to put it and how to wrap it. But believe it or not, these are things that young girls need to know. And I told them how I told them how to look for a mate or to accept a mate in your life, because they were acting like hooligans to deal with some of these boys on the block. I'm like, wait a minute, you carry yourself in a certain way, the right guy will come to you. And so these are things, like I said before, when I'm in somebody's company, I want to plant something in them that they can take and use for the rest of their life, whether it's learn how to cut up some chicken or anything like that. So I've been doing that for years. This is not something new. Whether it's something that's in me. I'm a giver. If I see somebody with kids on the street, it just hurts my heart to see a child at the bus stop without a coat on. You know, so these are things that I actually take home. I'm still thinking about it to this day, that this little boy was getting ready to get on the bus stop with a proper coat on. I had to ask his cousin to take him home. But these are things that as a leader, as someone who wants to give back, I don't have to wave a banner about me giving back. I give back all the time. And so a lot of people don't know that about me, but that's what I do all of the time.
Because you gave me some of that sandwich and it was good.
So I got a question for Shannon. Shannon has, well, one of her daughters is in college, but she still has a teenager at home. How do you teach her, or how have you taught her, and hopefully continue to teach her, not to, because she see another pretty girl, or, you know, or somebody that has something on that maybe like she wants. How do you teach her not to hate on the next female? Is it like, what are you telling her? Because I know she's not like that. So what is it that you're doing to teach her not to be one of those kind of like, oh God, look at her.
Right.
Yeah, it starts at home, and I lead by example. I do the things that I do so that she follows in my footsteps. So you know, if I want her to believe in herself, I believe in myself, and I show her what it takes to do that. You know, I go to work every day. I'm respectful of her time. You know, I'm respectful of my time. I try to show her that I'm not hanging out in the clubs all the time. It's about me and her. We do cupcake times. We have T-shirt times. We have movie dates. We sit around. She's very, very crafted at baking. She's good at baking cookies
And you ain't bring no sample.
She teaches me.
Okay, go ahead. Because I'm going to get to the next one. Cupcakes, she make cupcakes.
Money
What's
time.
t-shirt
She
time?
does. We sit around. She's very crafty. I'm very crafty. So we sit around and we make t-shirts.
What
we
other
make
time?
paper bags. Not really.
Okay, what else
Business
y'all do?
yeah.
What else do y'all do? Cupcakes, t-shirts, and
I
what?
mean, we line dance together. We do things as mother-daughter.
Oh,
You know,
that's
I
what's
try to
up.
show her that it's not about hanging in the streets. I don't want her to hang in the streets, so I don't hang in the streets.
Right.
I don't want her to do certain things, so I don't do those.
But let me ask you this, and I'll say this to you because I only have one. And my daughter, we don't get into the fault. She always wanted to be the one and only. But as a mother, you single too. I've remained single through all of those kids because for somehow I just felt guilty. You know, it's because I'm bringing somebody in to occupy her time.
Right,
And I just felt it was
And
wrong.
you don't have it, have a revolving door,
Right,
you know,
of men coming out.
men coming in and out. Like,
We don't do
definitely
that. We don't
ain't
do
trying to show
that.
that image. You know what I mean?
I didn't get married until my son was grown and out of my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I decided a couple of years ago that I was not going to have anybody around my daughter.
kids, right.
Not going to happen until she's
Old
grown
enough.
and out of the house, and where she can understand that. Okay, now mommy has a life.
Right.
It's about her right now.
Right. And I say, and I did that too. I took and put comedy on pause for for some reason I felt the need to be there when she got up in the morning and be there when she went to sleep at night. If I could take a little show here and there, I would run out and do it and come right back. But she was always somewhere within my eyesight. When I went upstairs, she got out of school. It was cold, and it was one of them days where I was tired. My big old queen size bed, I'm in it, blanket up to the neck. They let schools go. She came home with, it was her and about 3 of her girlfriends. They all came in my room and got in my bed. Why do I got all of you parked away girls in my bed? Get up and get out. I left after a half hour, went and got in her bed because they was all in my bed. But that's how them girls, wherever I would be, she would be. If I could be laying on the couch,
But you know,
watching TV, she was there on the computer.
It's sad because it's like we all have those fond memories and can talk about that. I don't have children, but I have 2 nieces and 2 nephews, you know, and I see how she raises 2 of those, out of those 4. I see in my sister, you know, I see how, you know I have to set an example when I'm around, you know, my nieces. You know, I don't want them growing up like, you know, I want them to know, like, it's okay to have a white girl as a friend, a Spanish person as a friend, no matter if her hair's long, and you, like, that's not necessary, like, because I can't really relate because I've never been that kind of person. I've never been one of them women that hated or maybe because I thought I was cute.
Self-esteem, that low self-esteem wasn't in our generation.
And I am what I am, and it sounds like, you know, everybody's saying the same thing. You know, it comes from teaching and self-esteem and, you know, if you're not okay with yourself, because I know some grown behind women in their 40s and 50s
Don't know who they are.
can't keep a relationship, don't know who they are, and oh, he did this to me, and oh, girl, why you? I'm so glad and blessed I don't have them kind of people in my life, but we all know them.
It comes down to communication as well. If you don't know what to say and how to properly say it, don't say anything, because you can really mess a young child's mind up by giving them the wrong information as opposed to portraying what you really want to say. Now, it's not a matter of the fact that their mothers don't know. Some don't. I don't say all, but some don't. It's some of them who just can't communicate what they really want because they weren't taught how to properly tell your child, I love you, as opposed to, well, you didn't do that right, so I'm going to chastise you, but I love you. They can't put that extra emphasis on why they're doing something or explain it. My mom always explained when she was tearing our behinds up, I'm doing this because I love you.
Hurting me more than it's hurting you.
You know, that was the man.
That note, good show, ladies. I want to end it on that because it is so true. You know what I mean? You got that behind whipping, but you know why you was getting it. Right. But look at the women that we turned out to be. So I thank you, ladies,
for all. Let's run through the panel real fast before we go.
Go ahead.
And then I'll give you my final thoughts. Just let everybody your name real quick and how they can get in contact with you. So
Diane's Personal Collection. I have a store in Yayton, PA, on Church Lane, 417 Church Lane, Yayton, PA. I have a website, dianespersonalcollections.com. You can find everything on there. And quickly, phone number is 484-461-8769.
My name is Shannon. I am
just
line dance queen.
Yes,
Shannon.
she is.
Just Shannon. You can find me on Instagram at slovestodance. I'm always at everybody's line dance events, except for today, because I'm here.
My name is Denise Niecy Woods. You can find me on Facebook. I'm the Facebook queen. I network on Facebook. You also can shoot me with an email, Niecy, Neicy 970 at yahoo.com. Any questions for booking a concert or anything that you want, you can contact me, Denise Niecy Wood, on Facebook.
And I'm Dimitri Pugh Edwards. You can contact me on Facebook as Dimitri Edwards, and I'm on Instagram as Pink Zodiac. And that's going to be the name of my company.
Pink Zodiac.
Entertainment. Yes.
Okay. And I'm Hope Dennis and Miss Fire. You can hit me on Yahoo, sisterngo at yahoo.com. I'm always there on Facebook as well.
My name is Leah Hetzel, and I'm on Facebook. Last name Hetzell.
And I'm Tammy Jolie. You can find me at Diamond Jolie on the Instagram. I'm Tammy Jolie on Facebook. Also, pleased that y'all did come here. And if you do know of any organizations, we do women back to work. We do women off drugs at no charge.
Yeah.
If they're going for a job interview and it's serious, not play games, because we put hundreds of dollars worth of hair.
I appreciate it.
And if it's anybody you know or anybody, I would like to make sure I get everybody's cards. I have mine readily available, and I'm here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Hi, and I'm Yvonne Girl 6 Bedden on Facebook. I'm also the president of CNC Divas. You can reach us on Facebook under CNC Divas as well. You can reach me on Facebook. I'm always on Facebook. You can call me at any time, day or night. I keep my phone on for bikers up and down the highway, 856-236-6884.
And I'm the one and only. I'm Philadelphia's Princess of Comedy. I'm your girl, Miss Darkchild. You can catch me at DAT. I'm that girl. DAT, that girl comedy. That girl, that's that girl to do that's me. I do bar mitzvahs, I do weddings, I do food stamp appointments, I do WIC office changes, I do whatever. Wherever them couple dollars is coming from. Shout out, gotta shout out, you got the motorcycle company. We got the motorcycle company. Always got to shout out our peoples there. We appreciate that. I'm your girl, Miss Darkchild from Nuff Said Entertainment. And
y'all know me, I'm your girl Liz, and I'm gonna keep it simple. You can see me on Facebook. You can catch me on Instagram.
They don't know the name on Facebook.
I'm getting ready to tell them, calm down. Pipe down, sister. Sadior Open Conversation. Our name is at the bottom there. You know, hit us up. You have questions you want us to post. You know, there's Tony, there's Marvin, our other two hosts that are not here right now. But we're here, and that's where you can find me. That's it.
The day after we got married is when the abuse began. It didn't happen where you would have any warning signs. I happened to walk across the street to the supermarket. Guy was pulling across the street. First thing he did was say, hey baby, how you doing? I said hello, and I kept walking. Never slowed my roll. When the supermarket came home, my husband happened to be watching out the window. I walked into an open hand slap across the room. Had never been hit by a man in my life. Scared the bejesus out of me.
say what you feel. It's a door, and we're gonna keep it real. It's an open conversation.